Okay, so actually, it seems you're acting like this is a spurious connection. So we're going to play Jeopardy. We're going to play queer theory. We're going to play queer theory, pedophilia, Jeopardy. Okay, answer. Commonly called the godfather of queer theory.
Who is Foucault?
Who is Foucault?
I got it.
Okay, 100 points. Foucault. Another way to ask this is who argued, no, I guess the answer would be, argued for the eradication of age of consent laws as in down to infants.
Who is Foucault?
Thank you.
Okay, next one. The author of the founding document of queer theory. Who is Gail Rubin? What percentage? No, the answer is 50%. Question is?
The amount in that article that was a defense of pedophilia, specifically, quote, boy lovers, so men who fuck boys.
Oh. And since you're not believing me, quote, this is in the founding document of queer theory. Like communists and homosexuals in the 1950s, boy lovers are so stigmatized that it is difficult to find defenders of their civil liberties, let alone for their erotic orientation. That's in the founding document of queer theory. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using facts. A thousand apologies. One must never let facts in the way. Oh, and she also compared, by the way, she compared pedophilia to a preference for spicy food. The thing is, I have never heard of anyone who has to have years of therapy because they ate hot and sour soup. Okay, so up to 200. Now it is pedophilia and queer theory for 300. That would be author of Macho Sluts. Author of Macho Sluts and Public Sex. Pat Califia. Wait. What was it somebody said? Stay relevant.
If you're not going to uplift every single fucking woman, then no, you're exclusionary, you're not a fucking revolutionary, and it's bullshit.
Okay, let's talk about Pat Califia.
Why don't you respond? Because I can't respond. Fucking transphobe.
Okay, here's something from one of Pat Califia's books. You know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting that when I actually start talking about the relationship between queer theory and anarchism and pedophilia, that it becomes, they really want to shut me up now.
Sure do.
Okay, so here's Pat Califia. Pat Califia. Oh, wait, just a second. I was accused of homophobia because I'm against pedophilia.
Yes, right.
Who is it who actually makes the connections between that? Shoes we're looking for. Okay, here's something by Pat Califia. Pat Califia has written, any child old enough to decide whether or not she or he wants to eat spinach, play with trucks, or wear shoes is old enough to decide whether or not she wants to run around naked in the sun, masturbate, sit in someone's lap, or engage in sexual activity, by which she does not mean play doctor, she means with adults. And she's very clear about that because she also says that pedophiles should be more and not less invested in children's lives. Okay, so we're at 300. 400 is the most famous queer theorist of today. Answer. No, it is not Judith Butler. Who is Judith Butler? Okay, Judith Butler is the most famous queer theorist of the day. And I have a serious question for everybody who's hating me in a moment. Except I have to spell intergeneration correctly. Intergeneration. Okay.
We see you, all of you supporters here, who
Good.
do not care about trans people's lives. Every person here supports that you don't.
Okay. Here's a great quote from Judith Butler.
Then it's the fucking truth. Are you supporting them?
Okay. So Judith Butler wrote, so I keep adding this qualification. When incest is a violation, suggesting I think there may be occasions in which it's not. Why would I talk that way?
See you.
Well, I do think that there are probably forms of incest that are not necessarily traumatic, and which gain their traumatic character by virtue of the conscience of social stain that they produce. Yeah, that's Judith Butler. That's one of the queer heroes. Okay, now we have for 500 we have the last one in the queer theory and pedophilia. The answer is queer theorist who has spoken out strongly against pedophilia.
Zero. No one.
Who is no one? Not a single one. Because the entire thing is based on transgressing. Yeah, I know. Dear fucking God. Okay. The question is. Okay. The question is. Okay, so we have like 2 minutes left, and.
What is he?
Do you believe that all queers are pedophiles?
Oh, of course not. What I'm saying is that queer theory promotes pedophilia. Queer theory itself. And I gave citations from actual queer theorists. Or we could talk about Allen Ginsberg. He has some dreadful lines about how children would get used to our lovemaking if only the adults would stay out of it. Hakim Bey, for God's sake. So my point is, this is not. Queer theory, I think, is really hard. And thank you for asking respectfully. You were the one who asked, right? Yes, I think queer theory is a really harmful philosophy. And I want to be really clear that, yeah, it has nothing to do with homosexuality. And it emerged in the 1980s really as a response to a lot of, especially lesbian feminist ideas. And it also emerged through postmodernism, which we can talk about or not if you want. But the point is that I think that it is a mistake to, some of the strongest opponents of queer theory are lesbians. And there are also not as many, but there are a large number of gay men who are very strongly opposed to queer theory.
On that,